welcome back to another weekly Monday live. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty well on this sunny afternoon. It is a bit windy, which I don't like because it's cold, but hey, we're here and back to talk about some more game news. And if you don't know, I'm AK, and every week I like to do live streams where we talk about game news and just gaming in general. We have a lot of opinions and stuff like that. So if you have a comment to our chat, make sure to leave it down below. I love to hear you guys' opinions, and yeah, it always helps out the live, and I love talking to you guys. So yeah, every week I have to ask you guys, what games are you playing? um, I, well, actually, before I say that, quick shout out to my Instagram because I always update my games catalog, like when I finish a game and then I review it, and I always post like new pickups and stuff like that on my Instagram. So if you have not follow that, hey, hey, Votary, how's it going? That's a fellow friend of the channel. If you guys don't know, make sure to go subscribe to him. um, but yeah, so I always post when I finish a game, and I always leave like a quick review. So I finally finished Alan Wake 2, like last week, right before. Well, I think like right after Assassin's Creed Shadows came out, because I just wanted to finish it. Because I just like to like play one game at a time before I move to the next game. Although the last couple months have not been like that because there's been so many games that has come out. But I finally finished it, and I will be trying to make a video about it within the month of April sometime. Um, but if I am going to say anything about that game, it is like one of the most original, creative video games I've ever played. I wouldn't say it's a favorite of mine though, but it definitely has some like unique concepts, and just stuff that like I've never seen in a video game. So I highly recommend playing it if you have a PS5. Um, it's a really really good game. But now I am playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I did post a couple gameplays of that through this last week. I might post another one. I don't think I'm gonna do an entire playthrough. It's still up in the air. But we'll have to see. Hey Tay, how's it going? Welcome back. Um, but yeah, I do have some announcements that I might announce later, involving like gameplays and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure to stick around. But yeah, I'm on Assassin's Creed Shadows, and right now, like my opinions of it is, it's a very beautiful game. Like that was really my first impression of it, is how good it looks on the PS5. Um, the only thing that I don't like about it so far is the fact that it moves, like the story moves really slow. And I don't know, it's probably just because like I'm at the beginning of the game, but it just seems like there's so much story, it's not really getting anywhere, and then there's like no gameplay. But I still want to give it the benefit of the doubt because I'm still at the beginning, so I'm not like making my final opinion on that like whatsoever. But that's the only thing that's a little tough for me with playing that game right now. It's almost putting me to sleep, but I'm getting through there, and I really want to get to Yasuke's part, which I should be getting to soon. That's what I really want to record if I am going to record anything. Yeah, it's really slow. So, but I'm hoping we'll get there soon. Shadows looks like night and day graphically compared to Valhalla. Yeah. I mean, I think the only thing I didn't like about Valhalla is that it's huge. Like I just feel like there's too much. And I think that's what kind of like deterred me away from that game. Um but I don't even think I ever finished Valhalla, and if any of you guys did, let me know because I'm curious like what more people think about it, because I always see people who either really love Valhalla or really hate Valhalla, and I'm not gonna say I really hate Valhalla, but I don't really like it at the same time. So yeah, I don't know. But Assassin's Creed Shadows did cross 1 million players on launch day, which is a lot compared to what we have been seeing. Um, like compared to other games, I should say. Um, so this thing says, well, 1 million players on launch day is an impressive achievement. It's difficult to gauge success when Ubisoft itself hasn't offered a sales figure or indeed a sales target. What we do know is that Assassin's Creed Shadows is top selling video game globally on Steam right now. Valve's chart sorts products by revenue, so we could say Ubisoft's game is currently bringing in more money than any any other on the platform, which is impressive. We also have early days Steam concurrent figures. According to official stats from Valve's platform, Assassin's Creed Shadows hit a peak player concurrent figure of 41,412 on Steam on launch day. Assassin's Creed Shadows released on Thursday, so it is expected that that figure will grow as we head into the game's first weekend on sale. We'll have a better picture of its performance on Steam next week and in the weeks ahead. Neither Sony nor Microsoft make players' numbers public. So, yeah, I guess the only thing we could really see is the Steam numbers. For some context, BioWare's single-player RPG Dragon Age The Veilguard launched on Steam on Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and saw a peak of 70,414 players on Valve's platform. So, that's kind of like a comparison. I thought it was kind of cool. But also, I know like Dragon Age is supposed to be, a lot of people like did not like that game, so I don't know. I don't know if it's really one to like judge it on or anything like that, but kind of some cool information. If you guys have played it at all, definitely let me know what your opinions are on Dragon Age or Assassin's Creed Shadows. But I mean, this is the only game I'm really playing right now. I'm trying to think of what games that are coming out that I really want to play. I'm still finishing up Indiana Jones. Enzoi's coming out that I really want to play. I know Lost Records is going to be dropping tape 2 really soon that I'm really looking forward to because I really like tape 1. And after that, I feel like we're going to be going kind of stale because nobody else is like announcing their games because of GTA 6. Nobody wants to announce when their games are coming out. So we just have to see what's gonna come out next. I do know, I think the Nintendo Direct is coming up pretty soon. Let me see what day that is, because oh, it's on April 2nd. Okay, so we should be getting some more news on that like really soon, because that's next week. That's Wednesday. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream that or not. I don't know if I don't know. Either way, if I don't live stream it on the day of, yeah, next week Wednesday. Yeah, I don't. If I don't live stream it the day of, I'll probably just watch it or at least watch part of it, on my following stream, like the next Monday. Um, yeah, it seems like it's gonna be real quiet till Rockstar says something. 100%, because I mean, I feel like if they're gonna drop anything, like other game companies, they need to just do it before Rockstar comes out. Because I feel like after Rockstar comes out with like their release date and they drop GTA 6, like nobody's gonna play any other game. So I think if they're smart, they should just do it before it drops. If they want to release it this year, I don't think they should do it at the same time because I just think that's a disaster waiting to happen. Hey Solomon, welcome back. I know you've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, huh? Because I know you've been talking about it a lot. But yeah, I'm excited to see what other games, because I said, we're supposed to have a lot of big games that's coming out this year, but barely anybody's releasing trailers. Because even Ghost of Yodi, that's supposed to come out. I'm really looking forward to that one. They only released one trailer. Death Stranding released a couple trailers. So that's cool. They look like they're, ready to come out. Those are only two games I could think coming out that hasn't really. Well, no, no, no. Death Stranding did release a release date. I think they said June. Either way, I don't think it's gonna help their sales because GTA is gonna wipe everything out. Yeah, my thing is though, well, I feel like especially with like story games, it's easy to like just play through them and then stop. So, like for instance, like with Ghost of Yoti, I feel like it's not gonna like once you play through it, like I don't know what else you could do. Sometimes they do release more content, but I don't know if that's gonna come out right away. So that's why I say like drop it in the summer, let them play it, let get your money from it, be done with it, and then because when GTA 6 comes out, like I'm sure there's gonna be like a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to find. Like people are gonna be on that game for hours. I can't see it just being like a story and then you're done playing. That's never how any GTA is, even like the older ones. Um, New DLC's content for The Last of Us Part 2 for the PS5 new story campaigns. Yeah, I think I'm going to talk about The Last of Us a little bit in this live. Um, yeah, that's what I'm doing with God of War right now. Ooh, yes, you know I love God of War. You guys know that's one of my favorite games. I love God of War. But yeah, so for the time being, the only thing that we really have to look forward to is the Nintendo Direct and then Enzoy, which I do plan on playing. I'm either gonna just make a pre-recorded video or I'm gonna stream it. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited for those to come out. I'm really excited to see what Nintendo has too, because I feel like I haven't seen a lot for them recently, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna come out with. Because I'm sure they're gonna have something worth looking at. All right, on to this next story. Um, so I kind of want to hear your guys' opinions on this if you have one, because I have an opinion about it, but um, yeah, I feel like some of you guys are already gonna know what I'm gonna say. But Split Fiction movie reportedly on the cards already after a successful launch. Um, yeah. After a hugely successful release, it seems several studios are already set to battle it out to claim the rights to a full-length Split Fiction movie, bringing the dramatic journey of Mayo and Zoe to life. Split Fiction has had the tough job of following up It Takes Two, 2021's Game of the Year. I'd argue that the milestone of 2 million copies sold in just 1 week has put this doubt to rest after Joseph Ferris and his team have done it again, and looks like another triumph statement that the cooperative multiplayer sells. Now it's time to see if the medium is effective or is as effective on the big screen. A split a Split Fiction movie is heavily rumored, barely 2 weeks removed from its debut, and it's looking promising. Guys, like, can we breathe after the game comes out? Like, I swear. Um, if you guys don't know, I actually used to work in the film and TV industry, and part of the reason like I wanted to leave is because of all the like remakes and like lack of creativity that's going on that like made me want to not pursue it anymore. And this just proves it. And so it's just crazy. Um there are a few things out as well that's like or like other things that has to do like with the film and TV industry that made me want to leave, but like they can't think of anything else to make. It just adds to this whole like copy and paste thing that's just going like on throughout the entire entertainment industry. Like the game just came out. And it's like I know there's this whole debate about how like oh like we just want like people who don't play games to experience this creative story. But it's like tell them to pick up a controller. Like, what the heck? Like, they could pick up, if they really want to see the story, pick up a controller. Like, just go play the game. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's rare that there's really not a lot of, like, good movies from video games. Like, I could think of a couple, if that. Have you guys ever seen the, Ratchet and Clank movie? It's like a movie based off a game, based off like a movie or something. It's like something crazy, but I just think that it's just crazy because this game literally just came out. It's gonna be a full. Okay, yeah, the Nintendo Direct is gonna be the Switch 2. Yeah, that's what I was kind of debating, like if it was gonna release any games as well, or if it's just gonna talk about the Switch 2. Because I did also see something about like a new Mario game that's coming out, the new Mario Kart. Dang, already I know everything is a movie. Oh my gosh, it literally came out last week. I feel that it's way too much copy and paste, or watch streams of the game. Yeah, and that's a good point too, is watching streams of the game. If I feel like I either don't want to buy a game for some reason, or I just don't want to play it, like a lot of horror games, I actually end up watching because I'm interested in the story, but like I don't want to play a scary game, you know? So I don't know. I definitely think they're wasting so much talent coming out with these games that just are copy and paste. They're not coming out with these games, but coming out with like these movies that are copy and paste. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's really disappointing to see. And that's why I think the film and TV industry is dying, because there's a lack of creativity. And that's just my 2 cents. But yeah, kind of sad to see. But speaking of, we're kind of bulldozing right through all this stuff today. But there hasn't really been like too much news, so I might, oh dang it, I didn't even grab my stuff that I want to show. I might do like something at the end of the stream if we have extra time. But I was speaking of Indiana Jones a little bit earlier, and it like just came out on the PS5, or it's coming out on the PS5 like pretty soon. But they just released like this cool little live action trailer, which I thought was really interesting, and I kind of want to like explain a little bit why after. It's only like a minute and a half, but like I thought it looked kind of interesting, so I wanted to watch it with you guys. I didn't really watch all of it because I wanted to just see it on the stream, but yeah, let's check this out really quick.
Nolan, buddy, I got your super urgent text.
Troy, please, have a seat.
If you know who this guy is, oh wait, my face might be blocking it. Hold on. If you know who this guy is, let me know, because he's like a legend to me.
New room?
Yes. I broke in about an hour ago. We don't have much time. Since taking on the role of Indiana Jones, you're now on the cusp of being brought into a very exclusive club.
You said cusp.
We have a few questions, of course.
Sure.
What makes a great adventure?
It's about being prepared. Like, you'd be surprised at how often a whip comes in handy.
I doubt that. How are you going to deal with private military forces with just a whip?
You know, use the old...
Headbutt. I like it. Aggressive. See, I'm more of a sidearms kind of guy.
You would be.
Jeans. Henley.
Somehow always half-tucked.
Of course.
Of course. What about finding ancient artifacts?
Yes. Sold to the highest bidder.
Donated to museums.
Sold to that museum.
Going somewhere unexpected.
What is an adventure without going somewhere new? Trey?
Troy?
Troy? Welcome to the club.
Oh,
Done this before.
Yeah. How many fingers did you have before?
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to watch that. Here, let me resize this. Okay, if you guys don't know, this guy, if I could get a better frame of him, he actually plays, why am I blanking? Oh, yeah. I don't know why I blinked on his name for a second. Nathan Drake from Uncharted. He plays Nathan Drake, so I thought it was, like, interesting that they came out with this little, like, live action trailer of the guy who, like, I don't want to say pioneered this in gaming, but he's definitely, like, one of the biggest guys in, like, you know, the treasure hunter gaming space. But yeah, they kind of, like, brought him on to talk with Troy Baker, who is also in the Uncharted 4 game. He plays Nathan Drake's brother. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting to see and, like, kind of put, like, some Easter eggs, you know, into the game. But it's also interesting too because Indiana Jones released on Xbox first, so I'm surprised that Sony is kind of partnering with this because, as you know, Uncharted is a PlayStation exclusive game. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah. If you guys don't know, like, Uncharted is one of my favorite games. And I did talk about that before. It's like one of the games that, like, got me to even want to be in the gaming industry. But, like, I just thought it was really interesting. And I've played, like I said, I played Indiana Jones before. And I think it really, really does remind me of Uncharted. So if you guys did like Uncharted, I do recommend playing Indiana Jones. As of right now, I wouldn't say it's like a favorite game of mine. But if you do, you know, miss Uncharted 4 in any kind of way, I do recommend playing it because it is a lot of, like, and it just got me to start thinking, like, are they ever gonna release Uncharted, like another Uncharted game? I don't think they're gonna. I'd be really surprised if they do. I know I heard a lot of people talking about how they're gonna release a game with Nathan Drake's daughter. I think her name's Sarah, or I'm probably getting that confused with The Last of Us. But a lot of people did think that they're gonna make a game based off of his daughter. I don't think so. I think if they are gonna make a new Uncharted, it's gonna be with, like, a completely different person. I really don't think they're gonna do anything with Nathan Drake anymore, which is sad because I really did like Nathan Drake as a character. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna release any more Uncharted. I played it too, so it threw me off. I'm not sure. I'm not used to seeing him outside the game. Yeah, but to be honest though, when he was younger, I'm gonna pull this back up really quick. When he was younger, he looked a lot like Nathan Drake. So he probably, like, aged since then, because I'm sure, like, when was Uncharted made? So yeah, it came out in 2016, so that's almost 10 years ago, and then plus, like, whatever time it was for production, I'm sure he even looked different from production to release. But yeah, when he was younger, he did look a lot like Nathan Drake. And you probably would have been able to tell a little bit easier, but yeah, early 2000s, probably like when the first one came out, and then they released 4 of them, and then they have a couple spin-offs. But yeah, the last one. Naughty Dog right now is too busy with Intergalactic, which I do have my feelings about. As of right now, doesn't really look like something I want to play, but I will be looking more into it because I love Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog has been one of my favorite companies for a very long time. But yeah, so this article is about how Naughty Dog's Intergalactic is taking a big inspiration from Elden Ring. And if you guys have opinions on Elden Ring, I would love to know, because I have my own opinions about it that I will share after this article. But yeah. So, despite the sci-fi setting, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet will take place on a single planet, which makes it easier to understand the Elden Ring comparison. While this is just a rumor at the moment, it's interesting to note that Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann claimed to be intrigued by Elden Ring storytelling as early January 2023, so it would make sense that some inspiration has bled into the studio's latest title. Oops, I meant to read this part. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically like what is gonna be. So yeah, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet was first revealed at the Game Awards 2024, giving fans a look at what Naughty Dog has been working on since 2020's The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know why I was thinking The Last of Us Part 2 came out in like 2018. I feel like there were so many games that came out in 2018. It was a shocking reveal, marking the developer's first new IP since 2013, blending traditional sci-fi with elements of pop culture. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet's early signs are promising, although the game still seems to be some ways away. Naughty Dog has yet to confirm any release window for its upcoming title. I feel like it's going to be like at least 2 years away. As first reported by The Gamer, Min-Max's Ben Hansen revealed that Intergalactic, the Heretic's Prophet approach to players' freedom will be inspired by From Software's Elden Ring, saying, "I think it's fine to say it now that the game was Elden Ring, that it was compared back then. If I would have said Naughty Dog's next game is like Elden Ring, and then that reveal trailer came out, I feel like we would have been lit on fire." Back in October, Hansen's first teased information about player freedom in Naughty Dog's next game, but refrained from actually naming the title until now. So I'm wondering if it's like referred to Elden Ring because of like how much you can explore, or is it referred to Elden Ring because of the level of difficulty? Because one thing I could tell you guys, and I know this is a hot topic, but I did not really like Elden Ring. Sorry, I said it. I didn't really like Elden Ring just because, like, I didn't think it was fun, like, with the game being that difficult. I think if you're gonna play a game, you should at least have a choice to make it that difficult. And it could just be because I'm more of, like, a story-based gamer. I don't know if I really play the game to get mad. And hey, some people, they do play games to get mad. But I don't think that's me. But I just think Elden Ring is such rage bait. And I just did not care for it. You didn't like it either? Yeah. I did not care for that game. I did play it though. And I'm kind of sad because like I wasted my money and I didn't like it. And I'll probably still be keeping it because I just like to collect PS5 games. But yeah, I know some people like die over that game. I did not like it though. I didn't like it. I do think it's done well though. And I guess I don't really play like a lot of like Souls-like games. But yeah, I tried that one. Didn't care for it. I probably played like a couple hours worth of it though. But yeah. On to the next story. This is kind of within the same thing though. But I don't know if you guys have heard anything about how like, you know, Sony puts games on PC and they have been having a really big push on trying to get people to sign into their PSN but on PC, right? So they've been offering like a lot of incentives to do so. And the one actually has to do with The Last of Us 2 that just came out on PC. They are offering intergalactic like skins for this game, which is interesting. But it did make me start thinking like, why are they pushing this so hard? Like, for one, pushing intergalactic, they're pushing it really hard. I feel like they're kind of just like assuming that everybody already loves this game. And it kind of reminds me too. They push a lot of what's that game called? Horizon Zero Dawn. They push it a lot, but like I never ever ever hear people talking about that game. And you could kind of tell what PlayStation like wants to do well because they push it, push it, push it, but then nobody talks about it, and it's just kind of funny. But it makes me just like think about why they are like pushing PSN on PC so much, and I don't know. I think it's definitely like some kind of like something for them. It has to be, but like I almost kind of get the vibe that they don't really want to release on PC, but like they feel like they have to because you ever think about how like it takes so long to release the game on PC, which I know is for reasons, right? It's because it is built different, but it takes like years. So I feel like they try to like milk it on PS5 for as long as possible. Um, and then they finally release it on PC, but they still want to get their benefits from it. So then they push signing into the PSN. And a lot of people think like the reason they do that is because they might like want to like collect data on people or something. I don't know, but a lot of people think that like they want to like collect data on people to like sell it or something, and then also they want to like boost their numbers to like make shareholders think that they're doing well and stuff like that. Either way, it's for selfish reasons. But at least like I guess they're giving out stuff in exchange. I don't know, but it is kind of funny. I just feel like PlayStation is just getting a little more fishy as the years go on. But they have been talking a lot about this like new mode on The Last of Us 2 called No Return. And that's also like another thing that I have not heard a lot about like at all. So I decided to look into it a little bit. And if you guys have played this mode, let me know. Or if you played The Last of Us 2 at all, I'm interested to know about it. Because I played The Last of Us 2, but I think I've heard about No Return, but I've never played it. But I heard that it's like, yeah, it's a roguelike. So it's a roguelike survival mode. No Return allows players to choose their own path and test their skills across runs of randomized encounters. Death is permanent in No Return. No Return's randomized combat encounters will bring players to familiar locations from The Last of Us Part 2's campaign, like Jackson, the Channel 13 news stations, and many more. These scenarios will be unfamiliar thanks to unique gameplay differences, like roster of playable characters with different play style traits, unexpected gameplay modifiers, unique objects, and more. But be warned, death is permanent and no return. So if you fail a run midway, you'll lose all weapons, items, and upgrades accumulated for that run and begin again with a fresh set of randomized scenarios. So this looks a lot like if you guys have played God of War Valhalla. I actually really like that, and when I don't know if it's just because I liked God of War, but I feel like people have been coming out with like a lot of roguelikes recently, which is interesting. I think they could be done well. I think it can just get a little repetitive sometimes. The different challenges types of No Return. No Return's challenges fall into 4 different types. Assault, which pits you against waves of enemies. Capture, in which you have to break into a safe full of valuable supplies enemies are guarding. Holdout, during which you and an AI-controlled buddy defend against infected swarming around you. And Hunted, in which you need to survive until the timer runs out against continuous enemy reinforcements. So that's kind of interesting. And then I think part of like the, if I could get this back up, incentive to like sign up for the PSN thing is they give you new characters for this No Return game mode. They give you Bill and Marlene. So if you guys have played that, I haven't, but I'm kind of interested. I don't know how good it is though, so I don't I don't know. But I'm interested to see how that game is. But yeah, definitely kind of interesting to say the least. But yeah, I have one more little interesting story. It wasn't really a lot of news this week, so I'm kind of like bummed out about that. But this thing, you're good on that, yeah. I feel like when like story games try to like do stuff that's outside the story, it just gives like cheap, if that makes sense. Yeah, they're not doing nothing right now. But yeah, it gives cheap and rushed. I'm trying to think of a good example. I do think that God of War did their Valhalla thing right. Mm, but there has been something. I can't think of one off the top of my head where like a story game does something and then it just looks like crap. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it does happen for sure. Um, yeah, it comes off cheap. And they were supposed to release another multiplayer game. Well, I guess this one isn't multiplayer, but they were supposed to release like something else that was multiplayer, and then they canceled it to work on Intergalactic. So they probably knew it wasn't gonna be that good. I'm pretty sure I talked about that in one of my lives like previously, but they must have just known it wasn't gonna be good, so they scrapped it, which was probably for the best, to be honest. But yeah, so this next thing that I'm going to be talking about is kind of old news, but I'm just now hearing about it. So if you guys have heard about this, I'm interested to know about it. But this is just kind of something like pretty quick. Rockstar's next game could be the long rumored Project Medieval if latest leaks are to be delivered. So, new rumors suggest Rockstar Games could be working on a brand new IP for the next generation of consoles that's set in European medieval time period, while most presume that acclaimed developer is working on GTA 6 for PS5 and Xbox Series X after its best-selling Western sequel last year. A now edited LinkedIn post from Rockstar character artist Pawis Saxena point to Project Medieval, a title that has been rumored to be shelved some years ago by the company, is now back in active development. Saxena's description of his current project at Rockstar previously revealed he was creating modular environment pieces with organic finish carefully following medieval architectural style. So this rumor has kind of come back up a little bit in the talks, even though this was being talked about like a couple years ago. It's kind of starting to come back up again, and basically it's stemming from this guy who works at Rockstar who leaked that he is making medieval assets for a game, and everybody's like, oh, like, well, what would GTA have to do with like medieval, right? So everybody's just like assuming that it's going to be this medieval IP that's coming out. At this point, it'd have to be after GTA 6. But this just brings up another conversation of Rockstar, just in general, because they used to make so many great, like, IPs. I know the one that just comes up off the top of my head is Bully. I don't know why they ever got rid of Bully. But they used to make so many games, and now all they're doing is focusing on like GTA 5. And it's sad because they are like such good talent, and they just kind of, I don't want to say wasted on GTA 6, but they're not utilizing it the way they used to. I don't want a medieval game at all, let alone Rockstar. Hey, I mean, yeah, I definitely could see where you're coming from, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like anything Rockstar touches turns to gold, to be honest. I can't, well, there's an exception. This definitive edition, they could have left in the works But I don't think I've ever played a Rockstar game besides that was like really bad. But you see all the like different IPs that they used to have. The Warriors. If you guys have never played the Warriors, it is such a good game. It is old, but it's probably one of my favorite. I guess you can consider it retro games now. Yeah, they did. I'm mad they didn't continue Max Payne and L.A. Noire, but a different setting. Yeah, I know those are two really, really popular ones, especially Max Payne. I think I heard the guy who played Max Payne recently died. Well, not recently, like at the end of 2023. So like a little over a year ago, he just died. Cuz he also played Casey in Alan Wake 2. And they had a whole like dedication thing for him in that game, and I found out he played Max Payne. Um but yeah, they made a bunch of different games. Smuggler's Run, Midnight Club. Midnight Club used to be really big too. Yeah, Warriors is really good. I highly recommend it. But it is a little clunky because it's old, but it is a really good game. And I always like quote from that game. They have a lot of like quotable lines and stuff like that. If you guys don't know what it's about, it's basically, well, I wonder if it has it on here at all. Wait. New York 1979, a battle on the streets. The armies of the night number 60,000 strong, and tonight they're all after the Warriors, a street gang wrongly accused of killing a rival gang leader. The Warriors must make their way from one end of New York to their turf on the other side of the city. All that stands between the Warriors and their survival are 20 miles and thousands of street gang members. The army of gangs owns the streets, and there is no turning back. They must fight for their lives and learn the meaning of loyalty as danger and uncertainty emerge from the city night. So yeah, really interesting game. I forget what the specific gangs are like called and stuff like that, but I know they had like a gang with like clowns. I remember this baseball gang. They were like chasing us and stuff like that. But it is really interesting. And I'm kind of sad because that's one game that I'm missing from my collection. And I really, really want to find it. But like I said before, I really don't want to like buy it online. It's like $80 that I've seen so far. But I really want to find it in like a game store. But this is one that I'm really, really looking for because I still don't have it in my collection. The Warriors, I'm also looking for Daxter. Those are the two. And I think I'm missing... Yeah, I'm missing the first Sly Cooper too. So those are three that I'm trying to find so hard. They made Smugglers Run a GTA Online update. Oh, they did? I think I've seen that actually, yeah. But I'm so sick of GTA Online at this point. But I will look into that. Into that. The plot of the Warriors is fire. It is like... I think they might have it on PlayStation Plus. I think I might have seen it. But like I said, it's kind of, if you play it on PlayStation, it's kind of a curve to it because, you know, like the, what's it called? Like how it transfers onto like the new controller. It's a little finicky. I used to have it on PSP though. I play this game all the time on PSP. Man, it was elite. Elite. I love Warriors. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, girl, you know, you know. See, being with gamers like that, that's why I feel like most gamers were better back then. 100%. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the game industry is so stale. Like, they're only doing what's safe. But I'm gonna keep coming on here and talking about it, and just hope that like, you know, it resonates with you guys at least a little bit, and hopefully they come out with like some new stuff. But just, I feel like all the stuff that's not GTA and really all the stuff that's not GTA is just so unique. It's so unique and so different. And I just wish that they would continue to do stuff like this. Naughty Dog too. Naughty Dog, hold on, I kind of want to look up them now. See, we're on a spiral. We did have extra time today. I didn't really have much news, but since we are on the topic, I do want to see. Well, actually, now that I think about it, Naughty Dog might not have a lot, but they did have more unique stuff back then than they do now. So they had Uncharted, Jack and Dexter, The Last of Us. I thought they also made Crash Bandicoot. Am I wrong? Yeah, it says Naughty Dog. And like somebody else. I was gonna, but I didn't really prepare for it. And that's why I was like, oh dang it, I forgot my games. But because we had some extra time today, I was gonna pick out like a couple of old school games that I really liked to talk about. But I mean, we kind of ended up doing that anyway, which is fine. Hopefully they get it together because this is out of hand now. Everything is so safe. It is really safe, and I think that kind of goes back on the conversation of what's it called, the shooter games, and like what, like the situation with like Concord, this live service games. That's what it is. Live service games. They're all just playing it so safe. They're like, okay, what are we doing in 2025? Oh, we're releasing live service games. Let's get to it. What are we doing this year? Oh, we're all going to release a story game, but we're going to wait till GTA 6 comes out because we're trying to play it safe. But it's like, everybody's just scared to challenge them. Just challenge GTA 6 at this point. Somebody just needs to make a game that's going to be better than GTA 6. If they made a game that's better than GTA 6, they would be like the #1 company. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna happen because Rockstar is huge, but just try it. I feel like the only reason nobody is doing it is because nobody's thinking outside the box. Just make a big open world game with a great story and a lot of lore or something. I don't know. Put it out and challenge them. I think that's the only way that game companies are gonna get recognition. Because at this point, I can't even tell you who my favorite game company is at this point because it all is just the same. Nobody's really making new stuff. For a while, it was Naughty Dog, though. It was Naughty Dog for a long time. But, and I think even at a point, it was Ubisoft. But Ubisoft kind of dwindled. I'm curious to see how they're going to dig themselves out of this hole that they put themselves in. But yeah, we'll have to see. And another point too is like PlayStation or Sony, whichever one you want to call it, they have been swallowing up like all of the smaller game companies. So then they have their hand in the pot essentially, right? So like let's say the smaller company did want to make a bigger game that can compete with like GTA 6 or something like that. PlayStation has their hand in it and they can be like, oh no, like don't do that. Don't do that. Which is kind of sad. I do think that there should be some kind of rule that doesn't allow all these huge game companies to just buy up smaller ones, because that just means less creativity and it's kind of sad. Ubisoft was your #2. Yeah, they came out with a lot of games too. Let's look at their little what's the word, like selection. Because I don't think many people realize how many games Ubisoft actually makes. Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, Star Wars. I've heard a lot about this game too. I've never played it though. Anno. I think this one was also a bust. Avatar. Skull and Bones, I know, was a bust. The Crew was really popular for a time, and then I think it fell off. The Division's pretty big. They make Mario games, Mario and Rabbids. Brawlhalla's pretty big. I never. Well, did I play Brawl? I might have played like one match of Brawl, but I never really got too into it. For Honor, Prince of Persia was really big. Rainbow Six Small. What the heck is that? Oh, it's an app game. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Watch Dogs, Rainbow Six Siege, Assassin's Creed, Star Wars had the best. Yeah, they did have a huge catalog, and yeah, I would say yeah one of the best. I think it's just recent years they've been kind of slipping, and I think the reason they're even able to have such a huge catalog is because they have what's the word headquarters like all over the world. They have so many like different offices and stuff. I think they have one in the US, Brazil. They have, I can't even name them all. They have a lot. So I think that's why they're able to pull out so many games. Just Dance, I don't know if it's as big, but it was definitely big in like the 2010s. I used to play that game all the time. I didn't even know they made Family Feud. Watch Dogs really big. Scott Pilgrim was really big. Ghost Recon. This is okay. Why is this actually like kind of sad to like see how many good games they have, and like to think about how like they're on the verge of collapse after all of these good games that they actually did put out. It's really sad. Yeah, they got major studios. It's sad though. Trials, those were really big games. Guys, I'm kind of just like entertaining myself at this point because it's just crazy. Just going down this like rabbit hole. Steep, I don't know about that. I think I played Steep for a little bit, but I don't know if I liked it that much. I played Far Cry Primal. I mean, yeah, this is a huge roster of games. Huge. It's crazy. Horse. I don't like that. No, that's an App Store game. What kind of game is this? Right. Okay. Well. But yeah, it's so sad to see. Ghost Recon Wildlands went crazy. I've never played that specific one. It's really sad to see how far they fell. Yep, really is. South Park flop. I forgot they did Prince of Persia. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how many bangers they have just to fall. And I think it's because, like, the last couple games, like Far Cry 6 and, like, a couple Assassin's Creed games, spent a lot of money and it did not pay off, like, whatsoever. So I think that's what kind of put them in the hole. Which is sad. A lot of people want to see them have a downfall. But as you guys know, I'm just a person who likes to play games, and why would I want to see somebody downfall when they could rise up and just make us more games? People who want to see them downfall so bad are just weird to me, because why would you want to see that? But I really hope they rise from the dark, and I don't know, I mean, I'm sure we'll see at some point if Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to make the money. I mean, as far as right now, it looks like it could be. But yeah, I'm really interested to see if Ubisoft is going to be able to pull this off somehow. And I really hope they do, because they're a huge company with a lot of great games in their back pocket. I think they just need to stop worrying about how Assassin's Creed Shadows, or just the Assassin's Creed franchise in general, is going to make them money, and just make something new, make something that's going to challenge other big games and stuff like that. And I think they'll be able to do it. They need to get it together because this is bad. Yeah, 100%. I think they can. I think they just need to put their head in the game and stop relying so much on Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. And if they are gonna rely on it, make it good. Make it good. That's all I gotta say. And I think that's my live today, guys. That's my live today. Hopefully next week, though, we have some more news, because this week was so dry. And I'm like, oh, this is all I gotta talk about for them. They're gonna hate me. No, but hopefully, like, in the future, I'm probably gonna, like, work on having other stuff that's not just news to talk about, because I also just want to talk about, like, some other stuff. So if you guys have any ideas that you would like to see, definitely let me know. Kind of little announcements right now. I'm working on also doing another live stream throughout the week that's going to be gameplays. I don't know when that's gonna start though. I'm hoping that it's gonna start either the end of April or the beginning of May. But if I do that, I would like to know what days you guys would like to see that, because it'll probably be in the evening. It probably wouldn't be midday like this one is. It'd probably be in the evening. It'd either be in the evening or like maybe in the afternoon. I don't know. But I do want to start going live twice a week, one for news and one for games, because I think people liked seeing me play Assassin's Creed. So now I'm thinking about it. Am I still streaming Enzo? I plan on it, yeah. If I don't stream it, because I've been having some issues with streaming games, so that's why I'm kind of pushing it out a little bit so I can iron it out. But I should be streaming Enzoy, because I think that's just on PC. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be released on PC, so that shouldn't be a problem. I was having a little bit of an issue streaming off my PS5 with Assassin's Creed, so that's why I had to pre-record it, because I know at first I said I was gonna stream it, but that didn't work out, so I had to pre-record it. But Enzoy I definitely should be streaming. That comes out this Thursday, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'd be streaming it day of, but maybe I'd stream it either like that Friday or this weekend. I don't know, but I do plan on it, so be on the lookout. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that stuff. It should be coming at the end of April, early May or something like that. But as far as games, I don't know. We'll have to see, but this is just kind of the thoughts I'm cooking up and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys on Friday with a new video as always. And yeah, AK out. Bye, guys.